This past weekend, we kicked off a new series called Bibling Yourself. If you missed the start of the series, we'd encourage you to get caught up on Meck's YouTube channel, the Meck App, or Meck's on-demand library on the website. There's a quote Pastor Jim shared this weekend from the book 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Burkeman. It said, "The average human lifespan is absurdly, terrifying, insultingly short. Assuming you live to be 80, you'll have had about 4,000 weeks." That number is in fact absurd. A number I would normally find very high seemed shockingly low when used in reference to life and time. It made me start to think about how I use my own time. I began asking the age-old question, am I using my time wisely? If I counted up all the hours I spent doing different things, would I be happy with the results? Now, the point of that quote was not to make people panic about how much time they had left, but rather it was to help us compare a physical death to spiritual death. Spiritual death comes with breaking the relationship between us and God. But are you as concerned about your spiritual death as you are your physical one? Author and pastor John Ortberg wrote a book called Soul Keeping. The subtitle of the book is actually what really stood out to me. The subtitle is Caring for the Most Important Part of You. And what is that? Well, Ortberg wrote this: "A paradox of the soul is that it is incapable of satisfying itself, but it is also incapable of living without satisfaction. You were made for soul satisfaction, but you will only ever find it in God." There are a lot of ways we can spend our time, but will all of those ways satisfy us? Without our spiritual life, the physical life won't have the same impact. The time we spent won't mean as much without hope and grace within it, and that hope can only come from God. Take a moment to find God in your day-to-day. Find gratitude for what He's given you. Show love to someone in need, or take a moment to pray. Use your time to connect with God and find joy in keeping your spiritual life alive and caring for your soul.